If you come home after work feeling exhausted because nobody takes you seriously, or people totally ignore you, or they question everything that you say, this video is for you because nobody will ever respect you or listen to you or find what you have to say interesting or credible, as long as you don't believe that you're in charge of your life. At the end of this video, you will know how to flip the most powerful switch that exists in communication, and it changes the whole conversation. And until we do this, you will see no change in your communication. You will see no change in your relationships until you do this. The truth is, most people think that communication starts with what you say, right? If you think that communication starts with what you say, you are mistaken, and you will be sadly mistaken until you realize it begins with what you think. That is the cause. The effect is what you say. But as long as you believe that you are at the effect of other people, well, you're going to keep giving them all of the power until you stop thinking that. So that's step one, the law of cause and effect. It is not only a law of the universe, it is a law of communication. Now, this is going to be a 21-day thing. Hit that subscribe button so that you can join us in our other lessons. And the phrase that you use to really integrate this thinking into your life, because we do not think in abstract thoughts. We think in words. That's how we think. So you want to have concrete words to put abstract thoughts into practice. The only phrase you need to do this is because I. That's it. So for example, it is not, oh, I hate my job because my manager micromanages me. If you're going to use because I have not set clear boundaries, my manager micromanages me. Now there's not only total responsibility, there's a clear solution that who is in charge of? I am. It's not about blame. It's about taking total control and taking all of the power back from the people that we gave it to. You know, if you are saying, my spouse never listens to me, and because of that, I am at the effect of them, so I am miserable. What are you going to do about that? What are you going to do? But if I decide instead to say, because I have decided to focus only on negative things and to be such a drag when I speak, neither my spouse, nor my kids, nor my friends, nor my coworkers, nobody wants to listen to me anymore. It's not always the easiest thing to start admitting, but I can do something with that. I can work with that. Maybe I can decide not to be such a drag anymore. Maybe I can decide to focus on other people rather than myself. Maybe I can decide to take more of a service attitude at work. Maybe I can decide to be more supportive. Maybe I can decide to be the example of how to support my coworkers and lift them up rather than simply a victim all the time at work. Maybe I can decide to do a whole lot of things, but I can't decide to change somebody else and who they are. If I'm at their effect, I'm at their effect. That would suck. That would suck. Don't live like that. It sucks. Instead, it only takes one phrase to change all of that thinking, because I. That's it. If you start retraining the way you think and start using because I rather than because they, because he, because she, whatever it is, it's all because I. It's all because I, because I, because I. That changes everything. Everything. I mean, because I didn't speak up, they just assumed I agreed with them. Because I never advocated for myself, I got stuck in a position that I hated. Because I put everybody else's needs in front of my own, everybody else got what they needed. And I didn't. Because I can change everything. Because I showed my children to sacrifice themselves and to not attend to their own needs, but instead attend to everyone else's. I have raised children that put themselves last. Because I. There's a lot we can do. I mean, there's so much more than you think you can do when you start to show other people how to love themselves. You know, we think that sometimes we're doing what's best for other people when we are serving them. Try showing them how to serve themselves. Try that. I mean, just what if, you know, if you're at a spot where you don't know what to do, how about that? How about that? Now, what we're going to do is start reframing the thoughts in our brain so that we can start seeing things more clearly and more through the eyes of and the perspective of a director in our own life, someone who is in charge of his or her own life. Take one of your first reframes that you're thinking of right now, where you're thinking, I know you're thinking to yourself right now, okay, well, maybe because I blah, 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 and write it in the comments so that other people can see it. I mean, we are either going to lift one another up or drag one another down. Which are you going to do? By the way, subscribe to this channel. We will lift you up. And if you've already been lifted, subscribe to this channel and lift others up Tell people what one of your because I moments has been, if you've already had them. But you know, if you are already a master communicator, you know the moment when you realized this to be true, because it changes everything. And now that we've covered the number one thing that will flip the script on how you think, in our next lesson, we're going to be talking about the number one tool that will flip the script on everything that you say. To get the free workbook that goes along with this, the very first link in the description is your link to download the playbook. So do that. You'll be glad that you did, and you will be all set for the next 21 days. And stick with us for the next 21 days. Tell other people who you think might need a little communication boost to join us. This is the only free 21-day course I have ever given. And if you've been looking for something just to help get you through the day, this is it. So this is Dan O'Connor. Remember, there's nothing you have to say that you can't say in a more loving way. If you need some help doing that, that's what I'm here for. Hit that subscribe button so that you can join us in our other lessons, and I'll see you in the next lesson.
Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.